in the year 2021, we went to a battlefield in 2042, and people weren't very happy about it. Yes, Battlefield 2042 hasn't done amazingly. I'm not a veteran player from the 360 days or anything like that. I very much started with Battlefield 5 and then went on to Battlefield 1, and then after that I bought Battlefield 4 on my PS4, which is my favourite entry into the series. But with 2042, there is a conundrum. I'm struggling. It's good and terrible at the same time. With middling reviews at best. Not the best Steam chart performances. Current players today peaked at 39,000, which is about 40,000 less than Farming Simulator 22 and 10,000 less than FIFA 22. Ugh. But why? Because it's shit! I hear you cry. But no, actually, it's not that bad. It's an enjoyable Battlefield. It's just missing so much. I mean, it's been well documented how many features are actually missing. And look, don't get me wrong, I enjoy shooting dudes in the butt. But there's just so many signs that things aren't quite right. As soon as you start playing, from the minute it's downloaded and you've installed it and you've pressed play, things start looking weird. And it doesn't matter how many inclusive characters you force feed down people's necks, it's not going to cover the glaring issues. I mean, I generally thought I was going a bit mad. Every time I loaded in a screen, something looked off or weird or slightly demented. And then I started playing and I was like, oh, hang on a minute, this actually feels like Battlefield. No, this is fine. Good gunplay. To a point. I mean, the guns feel good. The hit reg is terrible. That's all over the place. The netcode must be lagging every single second. But it still had those Battlefield moments. I was enjoying myself a lot. But it didn't take long until the cracks started to show. I mean, there were graphical glitches everywhere. Things just didn't quite seem to be working the way that it was intended. But I continued, I sucked it up. I was like, hang on a minute, it's a new game, let's give it a minute. And I continued to play and I continued to have these sort of just about Battlefield moments. And then it happened. It showed me exactly what was going on. At least I thought it did. See, what it kept doing was messing with me. I thought, it just must be dreaming. Oh no. Oh no, oh God. Oh Jesus Christ. Make it stop. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dream. All of these problems are there. I mean, I played about 9 hours worth of the multiplayer. Well, there is only multiplayer. No single player, no voice comms, no modes. No modes. It's got 2 modes. It's got Breakthrough and it's got Domination, or Conquest, whichever name they decide to give to it. That's it. And then you've just got hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes of errors and things that don't quite work right. You've got invincible hovercrafts that are just decimating everybody. They're so overpowered. They take out everything. I've never seen a hovercraft so powerful. The thing's on a fucking balloon. And it's just busting through cars and walls, and it just doesn't make any sense. There's so many things that are unbalanced in this Battlefield. Don't even get me started on the operators, which, by the way, all look the same when completely ragdolled by yet another hovercraft. It's lost a bit of its, not charm, because the Battlefield charm is still there. It's just a lot of the gravitas it's normally delivered with doesn't exist. The Levolution moments are so... oh God, what the fuck is happening now? This is what I mean. Everything that you do is interrupted by Battlefield doing something really stupid. I killed someone then without doing anything. This guy I started shooting at just vanishes. Where did he go? What happened? To me, it honestly feels like we've not learned anything from Cyberpunk. Things need to be delayed when they are not ready. Can all publishers just do the devs a favour? And if they tell you it's not ready, or if you sense that they might be bullshitting you to try and keep you happy and say, yes sir, it is ready, or yes ma'am, it is ready, when it isn't, delay the fucking release. Because all you do is have people spending full price on a product which clearly isn't quite ready. And as a Battlefield game, this isn't ready. Now, I know a lot of people are trying to say about Battlefield 4 and the state that was in when it came out. Well, I can say that it probably had a lot more features than Battlefield 2042 does. A lot of people complained about Battlefield 5, how it wasn't quite a Battlefield, blah 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 blah. But there were moments in that where I truly had shell shock. There's videos on the channel where you can go back and watch us play Battlefield 5, and I have moments where I just have to sit down and hide from the explosions. I haven't had that once in 2042. The maps are too big. It's too epic in scale to have that confined Battlefield moment that everyone talks about. That is possible, don't get me wrong. As I'm showing in some of the clips here, you can still go on those fantastic runs and things are exploding everywhere, but it never seems to have the same impact as what previous entries have. Those previous entries which, by my recollection, a lot of people said were some of the worst entries. And I think it's the fact that the trailer for Battlefield 2042 really pushed a lot of the Battlefield 4 moments that everyone clings onto, the bad company good bits that I've heard so much about. And then it hasn't really delivered them, which is a shame. Can it be saved? I think it can. It's possible. Anything's possible, right? I mean, it's not all a nightmare. Hopefully. I think we'll get away with it. I don't know how. I don't proclaim to be some sort of like bedroom developer. I don't proclaim to be a Battlefield veteran of any sort. I just play the games and I enjoy them. But I'm not sure how you can fix this one. So a lot of the weight of the entire product is being levied against this portal where you can play Battlefield 3, Battlefield Rush, Bad Company 2 maps and sort of situations, and then you've got this legacy push through where even in the storefront it lets you buy these games as well, Battlefield 3, Bad Company, 1942, etc, etc. And you notice when you go into Portal how many servers there are. Now, there isn't a dedicated server browser like there normally is. There is the Portal server browser and that's it. And when you go in there, the players are physically telling you what they want as a game type, but the problem that we've got here is that it seems like DICE are quite happy for the players to make that content instead of the actual developers of the game, and that doesn't quite feel right to me. It is a lot of fun to make your own game mode, but we shouldn't be relying on ourselves to add things like Team Deathmatch. What the fuck? Where's Rush? So it might end up quite the failure. I mean, it doesn't really help that they've also had one of their leads leave the project after release, which means anything going forward is going to be headed by someone completely different to the person whose vision it is that's been released. It sounds like typical EA fuckery to me. They can't really help themselves. I don't know why. They seem to just do this after a while. They'll implode development teams easily, and it's painful. I hope they can turn it around. We'll see. Until next time, I'm Lee. You've been watching The Essential Gamer. And don't forget, obviously going forward we're going to be